I have only screamed once in my entire life. And I'm not talking like, whoa, oh, you scared me. I'm talking like, ah, ah, ah. I'm going to tell you the story about the time that I screamed like that. A few years ago, I was working at an international hockey school in Guelph, Ontario. And it was kind of like a dream job for me because they flew me out from BC, and I got to work with these kids that would come in from all over the world. They'd fly in on Monday, and we'd pick them up at the airport, take them to the University of Guelph dormitory, where we'd be living for the week, and we would just play hockey all day, every day. NHL coaches would come by, and NHL players would come by, and there was normal camp stuff too, like campfires and capture the flag and hide and seek and all that good stuff. And it was the best. So they'd fly in on Monday, hockey all week, and then on Saturday we'd take them back to the airport, and they would fly out. And on Monday we'd get the next group of hockey players in, and we would do this for 3 weeks. And because there were some kids that came for multiple weeks, we had to do something with them on Sunday because there was nothing scheduled for the Sunday, and there was about 20 kids ranging from age 8 to 20. And we had to do something with them. So we put together a leisure day, and we needed one person to kind of chaperone them on this leisure day. And what it consisted of was I'd wake them up, and I'd take them out for brunch on campus, and then we'd get in the school bus. It would take us to downtown Toronto, and we'd get to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame for a few hours, and then we'd go to Wayne Gretzky's restaurant in downtown for lunch, and then we'd get on the bus and we'd go out to African Lion Safari. So everything went off without a hitch. Like, I could spend all day, every day at the Hockey Hall of Fame. I romanticize hockey history, and it was cool to show the kids around because a lot of them are from places where they don't have access to this sort of thing. And at Wayne Gretzky's restaurant, all the servers were like seasoned pros with dealing with 20 pain-in-the-ass kids. So that was great. So then I loaded them all on the bus after shopping for a little bit, and off we went to the suburbs for a nice, relaxing afternoon at African Lion Safari. And for those of you that don't know what African Lion Safari is, it's this big, ridiculous zoo out in the suburbs, and it's kind of structured like Jurassic Park in that you are in a vehicle as you're going past all the dinosaurs, or in this case, a bunch of malnourished and confused African animals. So, and instead of a Ford Explorer on a track, you drive whatever your vehicle is. So we had the school bus. So, and the thing about this day was it was late July, and I was born and raised in BC, and I have never experienced humidity before. And it is inescapable, like soul-crushing heat. And because there's live animals right there, you have to have all of the windows all the way up. And there's no air conditioning on the school bus. So as we're going past all of these like elephants and lions and rhinoceroses right there, we're like in a 50-foot sweat lodge, and it got so bad that we couldn't see out the windows. It was all steamed over. And so we're going by, and we go past the giraffes, and finally there was a sign on the side of the road that said, you can put down your windows if you want. So we put down every single window in the whole bus, and we were hanging our heads out just gasping, fresh air, fresh air. 5 minutes later, there's another sign that says, windows back up. So we put all the windows back up, and then a few minutes later, there was a third sign that said, danger, baboons ahead. And I've never seen a baboon before, and I was excited to see one. I was like, hey kids, baboons, they're like a monkey, and they have like a pink butt and a big blue face, and like Rafiki from The Lion King. And I hear that they're really aggressive. This is going to be fun. So So I'm standing up at the front of the bus, right next to the bus driver. I'm looking out the windshield. I'm like, where are these baboons at? And finally, up on the right, I saw about 20 or 25 pink butts and blue faces in a tree. And we're just creeping by in the school bus, and as we're going underneath, there's a branch that extends across the road. So all these baboons, they come out on the branch, and because it's not too far, 20 of them dropped right onto the hood of the school bus, and it was amazing. They were all just like sitting there on the hood, just looking at us, and one of them was a new mother. And she had this little baby baboon. And she was looking right at me. And she like held it out to show me this little baboon. And I don't know if you guys have ever made eye contact with a primate, but it's this really haunting and strange thing because they're so human-like. And when they look into your eyes, it's like they look deeper than we're even capable of. So I'm having this incredible moment looking at all these baboons here. And all of a sudden, I hear a 10-year-old voice from the back of the bus. Sam, I can't get my window up! Shut the window! I can't! It's stuck! And at that moment, I look back on the hood, and one of the male baboons, he jumps off, he swings on the rearview mirror, and he plants himself on the side of the bus like he's James Bond. He starts shimmying right along the windows, all the way towards the open window. And in slow motion, I start running down the aisle, throwing all these ritalin kids out of the way. And I get to the window, and I'm like trying to get it up, and it really is stuck. It's really stuck. And with all of my strength, I can't do it. And I see this baboon coming towards me with this look of malice in its eyes. And I can't help but think of the third act of The Lion King when Rafiki defeats the hyenas by using kung fu. And I'm like, am I going to have to fight a baboon? And he's almost to the window, and I finally unlodged it a little bit, but it only got halfway up, and now it was crooked, and now it was really stuck. And it was open like this much. I'm like, can a baboon fit through that? And just before he got to the opening, I like lunged back, and I'm holding back all these kids that I'm trying to protect. And I literally said out loud, "What's gonna happen?" And he gets to the opening, and he sticks its deceivingly long arm into the opening, and he's like trying to grab anything. It's punching the roof and making finger marks in the seat, and because there's a bunch of kids behind me, I can't get all the way back, and its like hand is right in front of my face. I'm like, ah, ah, ah! And then one of the zookeepers comes out of the bushes with a cattle prod. And he zapped that poor baboon, and he fell off the bus. And we were kind of silent and panting in our sweat lodge. And that was the time that a baboon made me scream like a baboon. Thank you.